beautiful Scorpio, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of May right through to the end of June 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your career reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first and see what comes out for you, and then I'm going to connect to your energy. But of course, we do have that strong influence, not only from Taurus, because of that new moon eclipse at the beginning of the month, but also from your sign, Scorpio, that full moon eclipse that was in a super moon. So that will be about you shedding all sort of blockages from your path in terms of your career as well, and moving forward for a more prosperous time. Now, you're the sort of person who works really silently and sort of lets your work speak for itself. So let's see what comes up for you there. We got the one who persists. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? I mean, you've got the one who frees, so that really connects to your energy. Okay, no, they don't want that card. It was coming out, but it didn't quite make it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Now, that card, I just saw it as on a curve. It was the one who surrenders. Now, the one who surrenders, you're not the sort of person to give up on something, but perhaps you were thinking about giving up on something and you change your mind. We got the one who regrets. And it says battle, victory, or bitterness. As soon as I touch the card, I actually get this energy of I regret nothing. Okay, so I feel like this is about you going through life without regrets. But perhaps you've always felt like you've had to fight or battle away for your success or for anything you've ever wanted in life. It always comes at a struggle for you. Nothing seems to be ever easy. So let's see what comes out overall for you. Anyway, we've got the Empress card. That is about knowing your true value, your true worth. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Okay. We've got the Justice card. Yeah, so it's been a bit unfair. You've had a bit of a bumpy ride when it comes to your career. And you may always feel like other people get opportunities that they don't deserve. Sometimes you may feel a little bit overlooked in your career. But they're showing me that's all about to change for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their career? Can you please guide them? We got the Lovers card here. This is the second time we've got the Lovers card, so perhaps some sort of partnership, whether it's a creative partnership or whether it's you thinking about setting up a business with you and another person. It's going to be very, very lucrative. We've got the Three of Swords. So they're just giving me this energy that we've also got the Nine of Swords. They want me to go 2 more, so I'm going to go 2 more for you. 1, 2. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. What do my beautiful Scorpios need to know about their career? Can you please guide them? Okay. So we've got Judgment, we've got Success, we've got Burden, and we've got Competition. So there's always been a bit of a competition with whatever area of your career you've actually moved into, but you will be successful. So they just showed me the battle, that you've always had to compete. You've always had to be one step ahead of the competition when it comes to your career. And I feel you don't give up, okay? We got the one who persists. This is your protagonist energy. Perspective, it's perspective, defiant, persistent. You never give up. Once you lock your eyesight on something, it's like tunnel vision. It's like laser sharp vision. You see nothing else. You hold true to that vision and you never sort of stray from the path. But there may have been a difficult, bumpy ride that you've been going through in your career, and it may have even made you wonder, is it worth it? Am I on the right path? Because the Judgment card is also there. So you may be weighing up your options about your calling, okay? You may be looking at the job that you're in right now and going, is this what I truly set out to do? If it is, then, you know, you may be trying to find motivation or drive or passion, reignite your passion in your career. But you're certainly not giving up on something, okay? Even if your outcome, the path that you chose to get there, the outcome is always the same. You're going to hit jackpot in terms of success, okay? But as you can see, that figure, she looks pretty disgruntled, okay? So I feel like you always know that whatever you set out to achieve or whatever it is you want to accomplish, there's going to be a battle involved. And you always strategize to make the best route possible to get to where you want to go. Scorpio, you're okay to play the long game as long as you feel like you're making progress, you're making success. So I really feel like there's part of you here that you look at others and think, I work super hard. People don't see or appreciate how hard you work. They only see the surface. They see, you know, your ambition, and they may see your successes, but they never see how hard you truly work. It's like, I always say, it's like the swan gliding across the water. It looks effortless. You make things look effortless, but underneath, there's like these little feet that are paddling away. You know, you work super hard and always go that extra mile. Your dedication will not let you down. You will reap rewards, but they're just showing that you go that extra mile in your career, and it will prove rewarding for you, okay? We got the Empress though. You're meant to learn a lesson in your career, which is about your value, okay? Sometimes you overstretch yourself, you go that extra mile, and you do a lot for people or your career. You do more than is required sometimes, and that can sometimes lead to people taking advantage of it. But the way that I see this, it's almost like you've got this energy of nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you want something, you got to go out and prove that you want it and go grasp it and accomplish it. You're conquering things in your career. So I feel like you're not the sort of person to sit back and say, I'm letting it come to me. Now, I don't know if you heard that right now. Just behind me, I've got a cabinet, nothing else, okay? And Spirit just knocked on the cabinet, okay? Sometimes I'll say, oh, I don't know what that knock is, but one of my guides was there, and it was like, it's almost like an affirmation, like, hell yeah, okay? It was just on my cabinet there. So I hope you caught it on the camera. If you did not, then, you know, ignore what I just said. The Empress card is about your true value, your true worth. And you got to set healthy boundaries when it comes to your work. Also, you are the sort of person that you would rather run yourself into the ground trying to make something work than sometimes connect to your own needs. So you forget yourself, okay? They just want you to be aware of, like, you know, neglecting your personal space or your personal psyche, you know, your downtime. They want you to be aware that, you know, it's great to find a balance, okay? But this is your accomplishment, something you've been working hard towards, that you've been nurturing to term over many years. I feel like it's been a strategy, an idea, or something that you want to accomplish. You've been nurturing it for many, many years. You've been, you know, giving it, it's almost like you've been feeding it water, energy, time. Wherever your attention goes, that is where success will flow. So I feel like it's been the long game for you, and you are actually still on the right path towards success. This is a card of abundance, okay? But it's also a card of recognizing your potential, that you have a lot of it, a lot more than most, okay? Even though they may get the opportunities, they're giving me an energy here of you care and then you over care, okay? So sometimes they're indicating that you've got everything you need within you to be successful. You don't have to force the issue, or you just got to nurture it. Okay. Also, the Empress card is a card of manifesting for your highest good. So whatever it is you've been working and sort of nurturing or trying to build, whether it's a life of comfort, whether it is, you know, prosperity, attracting more money, you are actually keeping that focus, and you're going to achieve whatever it is you set out to do, because the Empress card is all about abundance, creativity. They're telling me how talented you are at what you do, and that you're going to be very productive over the next 4 to 5 weeks. There is something here that you're going to hear really great news on. I know I say this all the time. Sort of good news can come in many, many forms. It can be an offer that comes on in. I will clarify that. But we've got a success card, and we've also got the Judgment. So something could be coming back around for you, whether it's an opportunity or whether it's an idea. Maybe you're thinking about setting up your own business. It's a creative venture, and it's been on your mind, but you let it go and decided, you know what, maybe not now. It's coming back around. And whenever this opportunity is coming back back around, it's jackpot. It is really awesome news. So for example, if your boss mentioned, oh yeah, there's going to be some raises, or there's going to be a promotion available to people, blah, blah, and then it all went silent and nothing happened, you're sitting there watching the clock tick like, so about these promotions, what's happening there? They're coming back around. So there's something here that comes back into your world in the next 4 to 5 weeks where you're like, that's mine. I deserve that. I worked hard for that. And it's not an energy of entitlement. It's an energy of now is the time. You know it's right, okay? The Strength card shows me how much you've endured, how much effort, energy you've put into your career, and you've overcome any obstacles. And you've had a lot of obstacles on your path, okay? It always seems to be a struggle for you, my beautiful Scorpio, for anything that you wanted in life, whether it's love, whether it's career, whether it's peace. It's always been a bit of a struggle. So the Strength card indicates you have power. You are in a position of power right now, okay? I feel like you're going to be in demand. So if you're going for a new opportunity, whether you're putting your resume out there, trying to get a new venture going, setting up your own business, being an entrepreneur, because the Emperor and the Empress are cards. I mean, we got the Emperor here. They are cards of being an entrepreneur. So if you work for your own business or you work for yourself, you will be expanding in, and there's going to be some really great news that you've been waiting for that comes in, and it's like celebration time. If you are trying to elevate in some area of your career, you know, creatively, and you're going to express yourself, negotiate a better deal, and you're elevating up into a position of power. But of course, with power comes more responsibility. So you got to be asking yourself, because we got a 10 of Wands there as well. Was it a 10 of Wands? Was it a 9 of Swords? For some reason I'm seeing 10 of Wands for you. Oh yeah, there's the 10 of Wands. Okay, there. In the water, they're showing me a 10 of Wands energy. Yeah, we got a 10 of Wands right there. They're showing me a lot of responsibility. So whilst it will be worth it, it may leave a little less time for you. So they really want you to get yourself in a position right now to sort of activate some sort of self-care routine where you spend some time for you, whether it's meditating, whether it's actually, just doing, we all have that sort of like hobby that we want to do, or we have some sort of, TV show that we don't really like to watch with other people. We just sit there and want to be by ourselves. We all find that moment to be by ourselves at some point. So I feel like this is about, your guilty pleasures kind of energy. Make sure you've got some time for you. Strength card indicates you've been given this journey because you were strong enough to take it. Okay, so you're the sort of person who fights to win. You don't take part in a battle unless you feel like you can win it. Okay, and sometimes you take part in battles that you feel like it will be touch and go, but you want to prove to yourself that you can do it. Okay, and you will win it, whatever it is for you. But they're just showing me here that you're in a really good position. You've put yourself in a position of power, and you're resilient, but also you never give up. That is going to be your strength in terms of success. Now we've also got the one who frees, liberation, unrestrained freedom. So some of you are going to be wanting to set up your own business so you don't work for other people, you work for yourself. It gives you creative freedom, but it also gives you freedom for your own time. But remember, they're just showing me that it's like a double-edged sword, that even when you work for yourself, because you love what you do and you want to make a success for it, sometimes you will work more for yourself. Freeing up your time may be something that you find difficult to do, because if you love what you do and you become an entrepreneur, then you're overseeing all aspects of your business. So you work harder, but you enjoy it because it's for you. But at the same time, there's more responsibility. So they want you to be aware that even when you're an entrepreneur setting up your own business, doing your own thing, sometimes, you may go to a 9-to-5 job and, you're working 9 to 5 for other people, for their work. You may be being paid, but that's 9 to 5. It's giving you specific hours. But when you work for yourself, sometimes the lines blur, and all of a sudden, 7-8 hours becomes 10-14 hours, and you're so invested in your career. Okay, so they just want to be aware of that. But liberation, unrestrained freedom. So I feel if you've been going through a real difficult time, or you've been feeling like everything that you've tried has just been like, I don't know, I just get this energy of you, you may have felt a little bit detached, or maybe you felt like your motivation has not been as sparked as much as usual. There's just this energy of a feeling of like a damp squib, like, you may be feeling a little bit exhausted, okay, or you've burnt yourself out. And when we burn ourselves out, I mean, sometimes it can take people years once they've truly burnt themselves out to really recover. But it can also feel that you need to take some time out, a little bit of time to regroup your energy, because you've invested so much into your career that it's almost like, yeah, there's no energy left for you. So just be mindful, especially if you've gone through some sort of creative blockage recently. They're indicating you're going to release this. This is the pile that you're going to release. The one who frees, who liberates. And we got the Justice card. So some of you are going to be releasing yourself from a contract. You're going to be leaving a place that was contracted. Some of you may be binding yourself to another contract, or setting yourself up in a partnership. But what you're doing here is you're releasing something that no longer serves you emotionally, that no longer speaks to your heart. So if you've been working, for example, in a job that you used to love, but you've just lost that loving feeling for it, and you are in a position to release that and look further afield for opportunity, they're just showing me that you will find what you're looking for that vibes with your heart, because we got the Lover's card, which is all about sort of examining your motives and values and contemplating which path to take when it comes to career. It's about aligning yourself with your heart's desire, okay? Now in the water right now, they're showing me an image of, it's like OXO. OXO. I mean, if I was to look at it, it could be like hugs and kisses, but I feel like it's symbolic. It's actually, it's OXO. I feel like it's symbolic for you. It's a symbolic energy. So either this is something that you're going to see. It's like noughts and crosses. You play a game of noughts and crosses. I mean, that spiritually could mean you play to win, OXO, or you feel like there's competition, and you're trying to exert your power within a position that there is rivalry for, OXO. They're showing me, they're just giving me this energy that there's a meaning behind this, OXO. So I'm going to look that up when I leave the reading, but I'm just getting this energy of good luck and karma that comes from it. Good luck and karma, good karma that's coming from it. So I'm going to have to look that up, what OXO means. But I feel like it's symbolic. So either you're going to see like a piece of graffiti that has OXO, or you've got a tattoo perhaps of OXO on you, or maybe someone's going to send you a message and it's got OXO in it, as like hug, kiss, hug. Or, I mean, you're going to see that image as something that is like a sign, a signifier for you in the next 4 to 5 weeks, okay? Pay close attention, don't miss it. But the Justice card indicates you weighing up your options. It's a decision point. And these two cards together, they literally mean choices, or making a decision that affects you long term. So I feel with the Justice card, you're trying to weigh up your options in your career and find if you're on the right path. Also with the Justice card, I feel like you're making space for love because you haven't. Now, for example, if you're in a love relationship already, and you have a divine union, that's wonderful, but you may have found that you've been overworking recently and not spending as much time focused on your love relationships, or it can mean that it could mean the opposite as well. It could mean that you're focused a lot on love and you need to get refocused on career. But I feel like actually the energy that I'm feeling, you've been very, very focused on career recently, okay? Now also, I feel like there's a contract here. So either you're going to be dealing with contracts, paperwork, perhaps there's a new opportunity coming on in. This is you being really savvy and even maybe getting some advice or legal advice on something to do with your career, just so that you make sure you get it right. Whether you're setting up your own business as an entrepreneur, I feel like you're following the law to the letter, okay? You're making sure everything's above board, so that it doesn't come to bite you back on the you-know-what, okay? Also with the Justice card, I feel like you're putting all of your hard work, your determination to succeed, and therefore it's like, where's the good karma? Where is the putting a lot in, where's the reward out? So I feel like you're weighing up your options and saying, I'm giving my all to this and then some. Am I being fairly recompensed? Am I being rewarded for what I do? You may be at a sort of an evaluation period in your career where you're thinking about, okay, you know what? I don't really like doing that aspect of my job anymore. How can I delegate that over there? Or I don't really like this part of my job anymore. Maybe I'm just going to decide to not do that part anymore. Or I'm going to move to a new sector, or I just get this energy of you like, I'm going to be following my heart. From now on, I'm not following anyone else's rules. I'm not following regulations. I'm following my heart. I'm following my intuition. Now, the Lover's card, of course, is a card of partnership. So there is something here, a proposal that comes on the table for you that will lead to a, like sealing the deal energy. I feel like you're sealing some sort of deal. So whether it is a new job opportunity, or whether it's a new role or a promotion or some sort of raise, I feel like there's a contract attached to it and you're sealing the deal and it aligns with your heart, okay? Whenever you get the Lover's card in terms of career or finances, it's time to make a decision on something. And this is you sort of weighing up your options. So they're indicating if you felt really bogged down in your career and you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling, there's no movement, you're making sure you strategize the next part on your journey, how to make your mark, okay? Now also, as soon as I touch this card, it literally is, and it showed up for another sign recently, the same energy, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You got to ask yourself, is this worth fighting for? And the answer is yes, because you're going to be very successful. I mean, I feel like you're going to be recognized for what you do. You're going to really stand out from the crowd or stand out from competition. And if some of you want to be in the limelight or well known for what you do, you're stepping right into that spotlight, okay? This card, as you can see, she is in battle mode. Everything for you, Scorpio, is always hard won, and I know it's difficult, but also if nothing was happening in your world, you may feel a little bit bored. So I feel like you are the sort of person who thrives on challenge. You require challenge. Now, of course, you don't want extreme challenge where you feel like you're always up against the wind and you're always being knocked back. Nobody is ever encouraged by that sort of strategy in life. So I feel like you're always willing, though, to rise to the challenge and to accomplish, to overcome. And it says here, battle, victory, bitterness. Okay, the one who regrets. So I feel, I don't feel like you have any regrets. You're not willing to step over onto other people in order to get your success. But I feel like, you play to win. You work to win. And I feel like whatever battle that you've put yourself into to accomplish something, there will be victory. You will be successful. But do be mindful, it's lonely at the top. When you're winning, it means someone else is not. Okay, and sometimes there are people who will look up at you and they want to pull you down. So just be a little bit mindful of haters, of course. But I do feel like that whatever it is, you'll be flying that flag of success in your career. Now we've also got, also they're indicating here that some of you may be thinking about going to another country in order to be successful, or there may be an opportunity that comes in where you think about relocating, because they're asking me to pay close attention to the flags. Now, in particular, they're giving me an energy of Malta. I don't know why, but they're showing me Malta. I mean, some of you may be going on a vacation to think about your options in Malta. Perhaps there is a job opportunity in Malta. So please take it as it resonates. For some reason, Malta is coming, okay? I mean, you may be from Malta and thinking about relocating in terms of your career, but that's by the by. So we've got the Emperor here, which means you're stepping up in terms of success. You're in business mode and you're bossing up. This is a card of being in charge, and your strategy, your leadership skills are coming to the fore in the month of June in particular. They keep giving me like an itchy head. It's really interesting. I keep itching my head, and it's not really an itch. I'm not feeling an itch, but I want to go here. So either there's something you're trying to work out, because that is like the international symbol of like, I got to ponder something, or you are left scratching your head about something like, how did that just happen? Because I feel like there's something here that you're not expecting. You've worked really hard for it, but it's almost like you expect it's lost, but it comes back around. So I really feel like something you had worked really hard to get, and maybe it didn't work out in your favor, it comes back bigger and better. It may be in a different form, but it comes back bigger and better. So just watch out for that, okay? The Emperor card is all about strategy. Planning for the future. You're totally in bossing up mode. So some of you, as I said, you're going to be either, because we've got the Empress and the Emperor here, this can mean that partnership, you and another person are working together to make something really lucrative, but it could also mean that you're leaving a partnership in order to go solo. What I do feel, though, is you are elevating, okay? You're going from the Empress to the Emperor energy. So very creative, very talented, but also you've got the smarts to back it up. You're nobody's fool. So whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you've got it all going on. The universe, your guides want you to be aware that you're very smart and you're making smart moves in business, and that it will lead you to accomplish great things. Now also some of you, especially if you're signing contracts, and it's number 8, we got they just want you to be aware because they're highlighting number 8 for the Justice card. Normally it's number 11, but it's number 8 in this particular deck, the Ex Animo Tarot deck by Bonnegur. You're being honest with yourself. 8 is the number of self. So I feel like you're really getting clear on what you want, and then you're going to make a move, and you're going to partnership yourself up with the right opportunity. Doesn't have to be with a person. It can be the right opportunity comes along and you're like, that's it. That's success for me. And success looks differently for everyone, okay? But with this, I feel like you're in bossing up mode, and you're going to achieve the right scenario for you, okay? And you're thinking long term. So this is about you securing your position in either a leadership role or a role of responsibility. You may even feel like there's been so much responsibility that you feel like bogged down or burdened, okay? But they're just showing me that it's almost like there's a period where you're going to be working a little bit harder this month. Maybe you've feel a lot more responsibilities, or there's a lot more sort of like multitasking to be doing, a lot more productivity than usual, but you're going to take it in your stride, and you may feel exhausted, but it's a sort of exhausted where you sit back and you're really proud of yourself that you've done a job well done, okay? So, you get those tasks where you're like, oh, I've got no energy, I can't do anything, I'm so burnt out. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like, you know what, I'm doing so many things, I've got so much accomplished, and I feel awesome. I'm in the zone, okay? Excuse me. Now we've also got the Lover's card here as well. So now there may be something here to do with because when I've come to this pile, all of a sudden I'm losing my voice. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to talk normally when I now I don't. It's just changed for no reason. Okay, so I feel like maybe there's something here that you've got to negotiate. I mean, do we have any swords here for you? We got the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Okay, so there's something you may be losing out on, and you felt like you lost out on, that really caused a lot of anxiety. The Judgment card is telling me that it's coming back around. It's not over. This thing is not over, okay? I'm just wondering why the voice is going. It can mean that your voice negotiating a better deal is important in the next 4 to 5 weeks for you. Speak up. Your lead with integrity. Your truth and your voice have power, okay? Your words have power. So you could be a writer, or you could be someone who is giving a presentation, or you could be just going into a meeting to talk to your boss and say, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit like I've hit a glass ceiling, and I'm wondering, is there any way to elevate within the company? Not that I don't love where I'm at, but I feel it's time for me to move up in the world. They'll completely understand it, and because they're the same, they're human, so they'll seek, or they may give you advice on how to move through the ranks, because the Emperor can be also a card of getting really good advice, especially if you're dealing with contracts and things like that, and you want someone to have a second pair of eyes to look over a contract or something like that. It's always worth it. But the Lover's card is about aligning yourself with this yearning. You're yearning to do something. You've been yearning to accomplish something, and you're going to match that frequency, that vibration, and everything's going to come into harmony. It could be a creative opportunity, but you're going to take pleasure out of it. It could also be like you number crunching in a company that you've always wanted to work at. So whatever it is that speaks to your heart, that you've been trying to almost create an alliance with, you're going to be booking that. You're going to be bonding to that. This is about you accomplishing it, but you've got a choice. Also, we've got the Star energy. It wants to hide between which card is it hiding between? Fear and judgment. Ain't that the truth? You know, true success lies between fear and reaching for something greater. Okay, knowing that you're hopeful that you can achieve something greater. You're listening to your calling. The Judgment card is your calling. Oh my gosh. I just noticed that there's a swan on that card, and I talked about the swan earlier with the feet. Maybe subconsciously I glanced at the cards and maybe I absorbed that. I don't know. I don't like to look at the cards until I'm touching them, because I don't like to really sort of see your journey. I like to feel it and then notice the cards that I'm actually holding. The Star is about success. It's about being recognized for your strengths. It's also about being in the spotlight. Miracles are occurring, so have faith. This card is a card also of healthier working conditions. So I feel like you're actually creating a new way of working. You're seeking a more more positive phase in your career and you're being successful. A wish is being granted, but most importantly, you're being inspired. You, Scorpio, you could get all the money in the world, deposit it into your bank account. But if you felt like you had no purpose and you were not inspired by life, there is no point, because money, whilst it is really important, we need it to pay bills, it's not fulfilling for you. And you're the sort of person, you're the sort of sign that needs to be fulfilled. You need to have excitement, accomplishment. You need to have a goal to work towards. Otherwise, what is the point? So with this star energy, I feel like you're back in the game. Your passion has been reignited. Suddenly you're inspired again. You're optimistic about the future and you're optimistic about your journey. I really feel that this is an energy where you've gained insight and you can see far into the future. You're a visionary, okay? And there's infinite possibilities for you to shine in your creative field, whatever sector you work in. Now also we've got, that wasn't first. Okay, I'm not really sure how these came out first. I must have shuffled them a couple of times. I just want to see. Okay, that was first. Yep, this is how they're showing me. Oh no. Okay. So this is the energy that they want it in, the order they want it in, okay? Which I would totally put it in a different order. I'd put success last, but they're just showing me that something is actually coming towards you that is going to be very, very successful, but you may have to weigh up your options. You're going to be at a fork in the road. So there could be an opportunity coming on in that really makes you think. Now, one means there's more responsibility or more hard work, but you have to make sure that the reward for it is worth it. Okay, and the other, I feel like it's kind of like you staying at a baseline that you're at already. So I feel like you do have a choice. Anyway, the Five of Wands is competition. Actually, Scorpio, they're giving me that normally you're in competition with yourself. You're normally in, I don't know if you heard that. I know I shuffled, but maybe it was the chair. Okay, you're normally in competition with yourself. So you're not out to prove anything to anybody but yourself. You're always strategizing to be better than you were yesterday. And that's really great. That's actually something that your guides are really proud of. But they want me to show with this competition energy that's something you've been fighting for, because the Five of Wands is all about the fight. Okay, fight or flight. You're in training for something or you're fighting for something. And you go from the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands, which is accomplishment. So whatever it is that you feel has been a real battle to accomplish or achieve, you're going to triumph. You are going to accomplish that thing. There is going to be reward or an award attached to it. There is no failure here. There's only success for you, because you refuse to give up, and not because you're stubborn, but because you can see things through to the end. You persevere. You don't conform to other people's expectations. Most people would have given up by now in whatever it is that you've tried to accomplish, but not you. Okay, so they're just showing me that you gauge competition in a certain way. Now, I don't know if you noticed the light flickered there. It's almost like because I got a lamp right there, highlighting the altar for me. But they're showing me with the light flickering. It's almost like you're switched on about things, and it's almost like you're going to get a sudden moment of realization, and there's more positivity, more happiness, more abundance. Things are going to flourish. Okay, it's almost like there is literally going to be a spotlight on you in the next couple of weeks for you, and you're winning something, okay, to do with your career. But it's come at a price. Now, the Three of Swords with the Nine of Swords there indicates a lot of anxiety, perhaps sleepless nights, wondering if things will work out. But the Three of Swords doesn't always have to be like heartbreak or difficulty. Some of you could be experiencing some sort of separation in your private life that has impacted on your career, and you find it really difficult to focus. Spirit's saying, have compassion with yourself. It's okay. I mean, it's not, obviously you're going through a very difficult time, but you're not like a robot. You do feel things. And although your go-to energy is to have that poker face and try to put a plaster on things and smile and pretend everything's okay and just get on with being a warrior, sometimes you got to just let it all out. Okay, so they just want you to be aware of that. So if you're going through a separation on the side and it's impeding or impacting in some way in your career, first of all, I'm sending you the biggest love and hug I have to offer. Maybe that's what the OXO was. Maybe Spirit's trying to send you a big old hug and kiss. But they want you to be aware things do get better, and there is someone else waiting in the wings. So I know that doesn't make any it's not something you want to hear at this time, of course. I mean, some of you are going to be reconnecting with that person, but, because we got the Judgment card, but this is your career reading. So they just want you to know that it's not going to impact negatively on your career. Moving past that energy, the Three of Swords is a miscommunication. So there may have been something, you may have been misunderstood in some area of your career, or there may have been a miscommunication about something, but it's coming back around. So perhaps you haven't heard about an opportunity yet. Perhaps there's been a bit of like tumbleweed silence on an opportunity that you went for, or if you put your resume out there and you've heard nothing, it may have caused you a little bit of anxiety. Some of you may have lost out on an opportunity on something and be walking away from either a job or a position. It's been difficult and you've been wondering, is there anything else? Where am I, maybe feeling like, where am I going to next? So if you're looking for an opportunity and looking for a job, there is one coming, so don't despair, okay? We do have success. So I feel like in between the fight, it's almost like in between the fight and the competition, of course, there's fear. There's a fight or flight moment. Now, a lot of people would give up at this stage where there's heartbreak or it's been difficult and you've had a difficult journey, but you tend to like try and analyze it. You may sacrifice sleepless nights, but you never give up. Okay, you come to success. You're not giving up until you get to this point. As I said, a lot of people, they would give up, but you're not giving up. And success will come to those who work really hard, determined to succeed, and are willing to sort of play the long game, wait. So I feel like that's what you've been doing already. There's been moments where you've initiated and gone after things, and there's been other moments where you're like, well, this is the sort of like rumination period where things are just unfolding. So with this success card, you've gone from the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands, which means triumph, accomplishment. You're going to, again, this is another card of being in the limelight, stepping into a position of being an influencer. I mean, some of you are going to want to set up your own company, be an influencer online. Some of you are setting up your own business and accomplishing great things, or you're elevating in jobs that you're connected to at the moment. You're brimming with potential, and this it's almost like you don't really want to show yourself off or peacock yourself for your success because you're being humble, but I feel like you're being thrusted into the limelight in some way. You're being highlighted for someone who is successful. So I feel like you're going to be recognized for all your accomplishments. Enjoy the moment. That's all I gotta say. Life's too short for us to be playing small. Enjoy the moment. Allow yourself to shine. You're not being egotistical. You're not rubbing it in someone else's face, but sometimes you just gotta understand and acknowledge that you're proud of yourself, and it's okay. It's okay for us to be proud of our accomplishments because you know how hard it took and how much you fought to get there in the first place. So enjoy your moment, okay? Now, of course, we got the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is about reaching for a new life, a fork in the road. You're always the sort of person, Scorpio, that once you accomplish something, you don't even revel in your accomplishment. You don't even take time to be proud of yourself. You're on to the next. You're always saying, okay, I've accomplished that, now on to the next part. Because you've always got a strategy. You're on to the next. So just do take a pause to enjoy the moment and be proud of yourself. But the Judgment card also indicates that you're reaching for a new life. You're reaching for something better, and you need to release the things that are holding you back, which you're absolutely doing, okay? Always lead with integrity in your career. I feel like a lot of people behind the scenes, they talk about you and they are actually in awe of all that you accomplish. There's some really good things being said about you behind your back. They may never say it to your face because, sometimes people they don't have the courage to go up to another person and sort of like pat them on the back because it actually reminds them of their own shortcomings. So, I mean, that's okay. And then you've got wonderful people who run up to others and say, I love you. I think you're awesome. I love what you're doing. You're incredible, because they want others to succeed. So it depends on the people that you're working with. The Judgment card is a card of your calling. It took a long time for you to get to the space where you truly feel you belong. So I really feel the Judgment card is you on your right purpose, your true calling, and it will bring true prosperity for you. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, you're on the right path, okay? So I feel like this is about you reflecting on how far you've come, how hard you had to work to get here, and where you're going to go next. And you are listening to your guides and your true blueprints that you've had for your life's purpose. Also, maybe like a final moment of clarity because that light changed in the reading for you. Suddenly you see the light. Suddenly you make a decision. Everything's clear and you know where you want to go, okay? the burden. You know it's going to be a long journey. You know there's going to be more responsibility. But as I said, when you're working for yourself and you're accomplishing your goals, you enjoy the process. The 10 of Wands can mean that you're burning the candle away at both ends. So you may be overcommitting yourself to some things. But also remember, the 10 of Wands, normally we see the 10 of Wands, a person is carrying all those wands and they're nearly at the home space. So they're nearly there. They're nearly at the end point. So I feel like you're on your way to success and you're going to make, it's almost like you're clearing ways for new beginnings. You're aligning yourself with something that you've been trying to achieve for a long time. And once you accomplish things like this, I feel like in the moment, you're going to be like releasing emotion. It's almost like, when someone acknowledges all your hard work and you're like, finally, someone can see that actually I'm not just existing in the corner, invisible, working so hard, and there's just been no reward. I feel like there is more reward coming, but financially, I feel like you're making really great decisions. Although no pentacles have shown up for you in this particular month, I feel like it's a steady financial month for you. I feel like it's more about your connection and your position and elevating, and with that comes more reward. I mean, the Emperor card is a card of money, success. So I feel like it will balance itself out. Okay, now I'm going to get some final cards. Any final advice for you from Spirit? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? We've got media. So as I said, some of you will want to step into the limelight. Some of you are going to be setting up your own business to do with media communications. Some of you want to be successful, so successful that you're famous, things like that. So the Star card with the Success card and the Emperor tells me that you're making really good moves towards that success, to being in the spotlight. Some of you are going to get localized fame where, people around you are going to notice what you do. We've got real estate. So this is about stability. Thank you so much, Spirit Guys. Some of you may be using the money that you're working hard towards to save for a home. So, and finally, we've got legal. So legal is coming up again for the second time. Now it says here, media. And it says, step into the spotlight and get seen. Literally what these cards are saying, okay? You're going to be stepping into the spotlight and you're going to be seen for what you bring to the table. And it's a lot, okay? It says, don't allow your talent to go unnoticed. And I mentioned that you tend to work hard in silence. You don't really shout about your accomplishments, but sometimes you got to just put yourself out there. It also says a career in television, radio, magazine, or any mass media job might be perfect for you. It might be time to get more publicity if you want to increase your finances, okay? So that is about being seen, stepping into a spotlight, elevating, and completely bossing up. And we've got real estate. And it says here, build a solid foundation prior to building several stories above it. You've got that with the Emperor energy, building strategy. And we've got, consider a career in real estate, interior design, architecture, or any home business. It's time to get back to basics to strengthen your finances, okay? So as you can see, we've got a ladder there, so I feel like you're climbing the ladder. But most importantly, I feel like you've created a solid structure for your home space before you make any changes in your career. Literally you could go into any design job, architecture, things like that. But I feel like whenever I think about design, I keep thinking, they're showing me in the water as well, is the spider's web. It's like a dream catcher. So I feel like you're building something that will capture your dreams, that you will be able to accomplish whatever it is you've been visualizing. And finally, we've got legal. Okay, and she's blindfolded, so she's using her intuition, her other senses in order to go where she wants to go. Also, money over her eyes, so you're not really being clouded by money. I feel like you're intuitively finding a path that is right with you and sits with you in terms of integrity. I mean, if there's been something difficult going on at work where something has been untoward, someone has not exhibited good behavior, perhaps you're in a dispute with somebody, I feel like things will go in your favor as long as you lead with integrity. And I feel like the people in power, they're on your side. We've got here, you might have to take care of some legal matters related to financial issues. So you could also be strategizing for the future, as in putting some money away for your pension. Be really looking forward in that respect with regards to your career. So it doesn't always have to be like you're going to court. It can be legal things, legal documents, documents, bank papers, all of those things where you're strategizing. You could receive money from some sort of legal matter. So some of you will be receiving surprise money or something's coming back around. This is a good time to handle any legal matters involving money, okay? So I feel like you're totally bossing up. You're in control. They're showing me how much you are in control. Now, finally, I'm going to get a card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Wow. I mean, that's stuck right between the rose quartz and the cash deck, okay? And it's got, I tune out negative people and thoughts. It doesn't matter what other people think about your journey. It's your journey. It's your life. You're not adhering to anybody's expectations. You're living your life on your own terms and you're marching to the beat of your own drum. Don't let anyone sort of discourage you from your journey or try to tell you that you can't do something, because Scorpio, I mean, that's like a red rag to a bull. If you tell a Scorpio you can't do something, Scorpio, you tend to do it in spite of what someone said, just to show that, number one, you don't have control over me. Number two, I'm going to prove to you and to me that I can do it. And number three, you've got the courage to take on and do anything that you truly want to. So I feel it's also number 25. When you reduce it, 2 + 5 is 7, the Chariot card, which means overcoming any of the obstacles or the bumps in the road in order to hit the jackpot, in order to be victorious, in order to get to where you want to go. So I feel like you're moving. There's definitely movement in your career, movement in the right direction towards success. And I'm just going to pull a ruin for you. Oh, they want those 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 3 here. Let me just see what I'm getting with this one first before I give it to you. Oh, wow. Okay, so this card, this ruin is all about success, because they're showing me the Wheel of Fortune and they're showing me the 9 of Cups in the water right now. And when I look at it, yeah, it's the sun. So this is victory, this is clear vision, knowing where you want to go. This is achievement of desire. This is, things are getting real, okay? Things are getting real. So, I mean, you even got the ruin that says success. Okay, this came up for Taurus as well there. This one is about gift, an opportunity coming towards you, fortune. This is also like, can be a divine partnership as well, it connects to. So it really connects to all of your energy, but I feel like there's an opportunity or a gift coming your way that you will decide to grab with both hands, an opportunity. They also show me an envelope that may include an RSVP to it as well. So it could be an opportunity to have a meeting, or RSVP tends to be like, maybe even an event that you're invited to, and you could meet somebody there who sort of offers you something, or there could be someone from your past that you used to work with who comes back in and offers you an opportunity to work where they're at. So I feel like there's some sort of return energy connected. And finally, we've got just trying to see if I can get energy with this. At the moment, I've just got this like feeling of being on a boat, like rocking back and forth kind of energy. So I'm not really sure what that would be. I'm gonna have to take a look at this one. I'll always be honest if I can't get the energy. I'll have a look. Okay, I understand. That's emotions, water. This is like, it can be dreamscapes as well. Psychic abilities. You may have a flash of an opportunity coming your way, and then it suddenly shows up in your world. This is about connecting to your dreams, okay? Water, emotion, things that you've been hoping to achieve. So maybe you've been maybe I'm feeling the rocky energy because, well, it does connect to water, of course, but perhaps you've been feeling a little bit like off kilter or in rocky circumstances. I feel like you're going to find a little bit more stability, okay? Also, they're showing me there's going to be a good luck coincidence. Good luck coincidence coming your way. There's no such thing as coincidences in my humble opinion. But I feel like destiny intervenes and you perceive it to be like, oh, that's a wonderful coincidence. Whether you're in the right place at the right time to meet somebody, like out of the blue, you bumped into them in the street, or you go to this event and you bump into someone who can give you an opportunity. You're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet this, okay? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Scorpio. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me too. Also, if you'd like to be in the opportunity to win a free personal reading All you have to do is write 5 things down on a piece of paper that you feel are getting in your way or that you don't want to have in your world anymore, and you're going to release them. Okay, so 5 things, write them down on a piece of paper, and find a creative way to release them, whether it's go outside and safely do a burning ritual, or whether it is rip it up into tiny pieces and throw it in the trash. Find a way that really resonates with you to release it, and you will feel lighter, and there will be more movement in your career. It can be career related, it can be relationship related, whatever, as long as it's something that you've been meaning to just spiritually throw out for a while. In the comments box below, just put the sentence, I've let it go, now I'm in the flow. And I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of June, and I'll announce the winner's name in a video upload only, okay? I'll leave it there, my beautiful Scorpio. Thank you so much, and love and light.